Initially, it was very exciting for me to be a part of this horror because for me, the fantasy genre is very new. Though I have done many films like in many genres, uh, horror was always challenging. I knew, but I mean, the day I came to the set, I really realized how physically it was actually demanding. Uh, the very first point is the story and the characterization of the every character in the film was very well written, and it's very authentic to its root because it speaks about, it addresses, and it goes back to its tribal world and folk influenced. It has an influence of that, so it was very much relatable to us from the region where it's coming from, and to work with him, it was not easy because he is really best in horror. I don't know you. Since he was best, he started doing this, or in the journey he made it like he wanted to be a perfectionist. So same kind of perfection he was expecting from everybody. So it was very difficult to every department, and especially actors. It was really challenging because we shot this in a very uneven terrains, different weather conditions, and it was very claustrophobic sometimes because of the locations. We shot it in a very dark spaces also. He really tortured us.
Yeah, these actors
In
who
the
make the
journey.
horror film work, right? I mean, they are the best. I would say that they have given the best, and that's the reason, at least now the post production we are saying it works because only if your character is in distress and they are scared, and then you feel that tension and you feel that emotion. So I say that every actor brought the best in them, and that's what has made the movie better. I was just an audience. As soon as I call action and I sit in front of the monitor, I'm just an audience sitting in theater. I watch them perform, and if it works, it works. Otherwise, yeah. But so they were even if however many takes we go, and we used to get something new, so they kind of spoiled me in that aspect. So I was like, yeah, give me another one, give me another one. But so it was really good because we made it in a very short span, and without them bringing in their all the experience and bringing it new. There was no time to actually kind of figure out on set. So there's always like the clock ticking. It's the last day we have to shoot that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is where the best part.
I'm really happy at that everything worked out.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so now I'll open the floor for questions. Any questions?
Hi, good afternoon. Being a debut director, how you feel that doing a horror film and how commercial viability was it?
I think as a debut director, horror. My personal opinion is horror is a bit. I wouldn't say easy, but it's still kind of manageable because you don't. You're working with a very contained set, very what do you call it? Something that's the lighting will be under control. There's no because our movie it has 30-40% of it was shot inside. Well, we have forest and we have a very big thing towards the end. There's a lot of things that was contained. So lighting became very easy. It was not challenging. The weather conditions did not matter, and how many ever takes we want, we can actually keep going for it. So horror genre makes it, I would say, easy because the team size was very less. So there was only like cameraman, few lighting guys, and then it's all about getting the shot to be perfect. So that was easy and commercially viable. Now anything that works in theater is commercially viable, right? So rather than the genre or anything of it, if it works in theater, it's commercially viable. And in that aspect, if we look at Hollywood cinema or world cinema for that aspect, horror has always been considered as the safe genre because the return of investment in terms of how much you invest and it doesn't ask for big sets. The more, like she said, the more claustrophobic we get, the more tension that we can create. So with the budget we had, it was very calculated move of what amount of movie that we have to contain and where can we open up and how can we finish it. So in terms of commercially viable aspect, if we are able to entertain the audience in that aspect, scare them, and then probably give them some takeaway at the end of the movie. I think, yeah, commercially viable would be once it releases, but I feel that horror genre has uh, uh, compared to other things, there's no force of you don't have to put a song in, you don't have to go for lavish locations. Visually, no one's expecting it to be visually mesmerizing. All they want.
Does it have a song?
No,
you work with tribal community?
Yes.
They do have the dance and music.
Yes, yes,
You
yes.
never thought it was a part of the film?
No, the story mainly follows the election officials who are following around.
That's fine, but when they showcase the tribal, that is the livelihood, the joy and
Yeah.
distress. I think some part of the film would have been more.
Yeah, probably, but for this storytelling, the entire movie was from the perspective of the election officials itself. So we follow their life as if we are moving with them, like like let's say not exactly found footage. It's not found footage, but if you have a camera on their hand, so audience are put in the perspective of the election officials. So whatever they figure out about what is happening to them is what audience are going to figure out as well. So we are trying to contain that information so that at any point of time, audience are not ahead of it, so that they don't get the information of, let's say, yeah, what everything is. As they try to figure out the scenarios, audience also will get to know. So there's no kind of parallel narration of two different lives. So we concentrated on one team and their distress, and audience being put in their position to figure things out. Thank you.
Yeah, Namaskara, Agni, Pavana. A very good afternoon to you. My first question is to Pavana. If we study briefly about Kannada film industry evolution, the icons like Girish Karnad, Lokesh, and Anand Nag, they were balancing both award and festival circuit, also commercial movies. So there was long time missing in actress genre in that one. I think now you have fulfilled that shoes in terms of female that category. Coming back earlier, we had Rudri of your film only, which was also in very much festival circuit and you won some international awards also. Now it's RUDHIRVANA. Is it we are expecting some pavanagowda cinematic universe in Kannada film industry? Can you talk about that? Then I will come to Agni. Thank you.
Oh God. And I mean, in the very first place, I would really thank you for putting my name along with those big legends of industry. No, but thank you. You're being kind to me. Uh, maybe just the start of horror. I mean, our factor is just adding to the title, so maybe that's why it's sounding like that. I would love to have my universe for sure in the future. That's what all the actors probably would look for, and we always aim to work towards that. With all your vision support, why not? Definitely one day. And
If it becomes a universe, that means this is hugely successful. So if you're talking from the futures, yeah, I would wish for that to happen.
yeah, I'm sure this film has all that potential to travel international and also even mainstream cinema for that matter, in the theater also. And I'm looking forward for this release and how people want to receive this film. Thank you.
Hello Agni, this is Nikhil from All India Radio. I saw the trailer, it's fantastic, and poster we are looking is awesome. And I can say there is something hidden in trailer also, which we will see in the movie. I just wanted to ask to you, what was thought process behind making this kind of movie and this kind of plot and this kind of caricature which you are trying to show us?
Thank you so much for the comments. Because when we were trying to do this, the first thing that we had in mind was to do something, not something that has never been done, because all sorts of movies has been done. We wanted to do something that was that followed the genre trope, so that the audience are not disconnected. We always, cinema is made for the audience. At least that's what I feel. When I make this movie, I expect audience to be happy when they watch the film. And it's not just me saying that this is what I've made and this is cinema and you come and watch it. I feel that they're somewhere halfway down the line. We need to meet them so that it works for both the audience, for both the parties. So we wanted to do something fresh, and like I said, horror is something that I enjoyed watching, and I feel that the world cinema has a lot to kind of provide us in terms of horror movies. In here, I feel that it is changing these days, but it was always considered as this very cliche driven of some sort of revenge sort, which is not, that's pretty good. We've all enjoyed that. But exploring when Hollywood or Korean cinema or anyone does horror, where considering PTSD is considered as an horror, or the societal norms considered as an horror. Anything that is surrounding us that actually puts emotional distress on the person is horror. So it's not always